one for me. I don't wanna be free. Boy, you have rescued me.
BlazeBodyz! What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Day or two after my birthday. I have to honestly say thank you so much for the incredible birthday wishes, and man, I have the greatest clients in the world. I gotta show you this card. My client Carol, she's a 73-year-old Carol. She brought in this card. She's like, it's not a birthday card, but I thought it was so you. So I don't know if you can see it or not, right? But it's the definition of a tough cookie. I'll just read it to you. It's a picture of a cookie. You saw that. And it says, definition of a tough cookie. Someone with just the right mix of sweetness and strength. Number 2 is one who doesn't crumble under pressure. That's debatable. And 3, a fighter who's too busy kicking butt to sit down and cry, but knows it's okay to do both. That's for sure. I'm pathetically sensitive, if anyone knows me, right? And number 4, a person who doesn't always ask for support, but has lots of friends who could do anything to help. And I am blessed for that. So thank you very much, Carol, and everyone else. It means a lot. So today, it's been a long time since I've actually had people write in and ask me questions, but I'm going to copy this idea from Jerry Ward over there at BioS3. Check out his channel. He's great. He's about 10 years younger than me, and he's been through it all like myself, and he's got some great insight. But I'm going to steal one of his ideas. He had people write in a few questions pertaining to themselves, and I'm going to just do the same thing. I apologize, Jerry. I'm not trying to steal your stuff. I just thought it was a great idea. So this person wrote in and said, "Dear Sarg, what did you do in the Marines? You're always talking about being in the Marine Corps." Well, I was in our field artillery, and in field artillery, I was in the communications division of my unit, and in the division of communications, I was with the wire section. So I was the wire chief at some point, meaning I was the guy that went in with what's called advanced party. There's just me, one guy from each gun section, one guy from the fire direction control, and so on, and we would go in ahead of time under enemy lines and set up our points where we want to drive in the guns and set up comm, and I would have to set up the land communications between each gun so they all can fire down range and blow stuff up. So that was pretty exciting, one of the most amazing times of my life. I went overseas a few times and I saw a lot of the world. My most proudest years were in the Marine Corps. It's amazing. All right, someone else wrote in. "Dear Sarg, someone I know saw you working out at your gym, and you were doing all high repetitions and no heavy lifting. I thought I heard you say once on here you were a power lifter in the Marine Corps." That's true. I'm a huge advocate of high rep training for, believe it or not, muscle growth and strength. For the most part, but there was a time in the Marine Corps I did some competitive powerlifting. I'm not totally against it. I'm just saying, in relation to the overall growth and development of muscle, you need to hit different muscle fibers. You need to hit all different angles and stuff. And I find that personally, for my own best results, sticking to a higher rep range, sometimes ultra high, I get the most out of it. Now, I did, when I was in, even from a very young age, I was doing some pretty crazy stuff powerlifting wise. And when I was 14, I was like deadlifting like 500, and I got people that can verify that. I had, my best deadlift ever was like 620, and I was weighing like 180 pounds Best bench was like 5 plates. I think it's 495. That's not in a competition, but that's with one guy spot me. And I had a good 650 squat. I was pretty strong. I used to for fun just pick up cars in the parking lot in high school and move them around just to confuse the people. So I've always been very strong, but I've never, the older you get, you definitely got to be careful with injury. And and through experimentation for all these last 20, 30 years, I've come up with my own systems, and I stick to pretty much 2/3 of the time higher reps. And every so often I'll go heavy and stuff with people, but it depends on the individual and what they're trying to achieve. All right, and the third and final question is, the word is that you used to train China from the WWF. Well, this is an old story, but it's a story that I'm proud of. And yes, I got hired by China at the time. Her name's Joni Lauer. If you go on my website, there's a YouTube little clip of her talking about it, but she pretty much hired me to train her for her first fitness competition. And we started dating, and I started training her every single day, and it's a long story, but for the most part, she went on to do amazing things and become one of the most influential women in wrestling. And she's accomplished a lot, and she's got a lot going on, and from what I understand, she's in the process of doing a documentary about her life, and that should be really cool when that comes out. So that's it for the questions. Now, I'm going to do this every now and then. This is kind of fun. I don't like, if you noticed on my website, I don't typically talk about myself. It's all about the clients. And I'd rather just focus on that, but this was fun to do this every now and then. And I hope you all are kicking some butt out there, and next week we'll talk about something more specific pertaining to weight training and nutrition, but this week we'll just leave it at that. We'll keep it boring and about me. I hope you guys have a great week. Crush it in the gym like there's no tomorrow, and I'll see you guys all next week.
But sometimes I don't want to be bothered.